Hey, hey, hey! How's it going, friends and family? Aaron Hillyer here, and back for an exciting day three of this mini-series. So, with that said, if you have not watched part 1 and part 2, please go do that now and come back. It's really crucial you do that. So, I'm going to provide a link here for you to do that, and then come on back. So, I'm going to assume you've done that at this point. If not, again, pause, and then we'll move forward. So, for those of you that have, just a quick recap. Part 1, I talked about some things personally and professionally, and uncovered my veil, things that a lot of people didn't really know about me and things that were difficult for me to explore. Second video, I talked about why I'm doing this, why I'm creating these videos, why I'm creating these blog posts, what the whole point is. And that focused around unity, and it focused around my visions being so big, such big grandeur, such big visions, such big dreams, to encompass these big dreams of everybody else, and to work together and to find ways to unite and work together. So that's kind of where I'm going to segue into today's video. Today, part 3, we're going to talk about how we're going to do that. So let me pick up where we left off yesterday in terms of unity, and go from there to here. So with that said, let's talk about this unity a little bit more, and I want to talk about focus as well. So as far as unity is concerned, I'd like you to think of this as similar to a Richter scale. Now, a Richter scale, the way it works, if you're not aware, Richter scale is what they use for measuring earthquakes, right? So a 5.0 on the Richter scale is 10 times stronger and a bigger magnitude than a 4.0. So similar to the way the Richter scale works, although I think realistically the power is even greater when we talk about uniting ourselves of people that have that same vision. So it doesn't matter whether it's spiritual, right, getting together for a church community, professional, friends, sports, it really doesn't matter. When you come together, the power just amplifies to ridiculous proportions. So in other words, if you have one person and they're trying to accomplish something on their own, they're weak. You add 2 and they're 10 times as strong. You add 3 and that's 1,000 times, not 10, not 100, 1,000 times stronger than one person. So this just grows at ridiculous proportions. Now this is everybody that is in alignment with the same vision. And in this case, I'm talking about people that are dreamers, that are looking to change their lives, that have visions so big and are so motivated and excited about it. I want you to get pumped up and excited if that's you, because this is exciting, right? So this is what I'm looking for, is these people to come together and create this unity. Now what happens typically is people get so excited, but it's for a short period of time, right? So in other words, New Year's is coming up, and what happens every New Year, right? At the beginning of the year, everybody has these goals, these visions, these dreams of, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to, quit this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and on and on and on. You can walk into any gym across the entire country, perhaps even the world, first week of January, and you cannot get a machine because it's just packed, because everybody has their New Year's resolution, right? But you walk in that same place in March, you can shoot a cannon through it and not hit anybody, because people's visions and dreams don't last long, right? So what I'm talking about here is that we need to take this unity and combine focus with it, right? So it's not just about the same vision and amplifying it by being together, but now let's combine that focus, because what typically happens is actually let me stop on the focus for a moment. Just one more analogy, because I think this is important to really truly understand. I don't want to harp on it too much, but I don't think there is such a thing in this case, and that is, think of the military, right? Same concept. One soldier may do a lot of damage, right? I don't want to say they won't, because they're trained killers. They're extremely important people, very powerful people, and I've got a lot of respect for people in the military. A lot of respect goes out to it. I've got several relatives in the military, and I tip my hats to you all, everybody out there. You're the true heroes. So with that said, thinking of the military, right? So one person, one soldier out there does some damage, but against a serious threat, they're not going to do too much. Now, I know there are some exceptions. For example, sniper, which a trained sniper is just insane the amount of damage they can do. But in general, one soldier is not going to do a lot of damage against a big resistance, right? You put together two soldiers, a little bit more, but you put together a unit, and they're a lot more powerful, especially when they're communicating and they're on the same page and they've got the same message, right? They're a unified group. Now, what if you have several of these together and you create this huge army? It's unstoppable. This is no different. So I'm talking about creating this army of people with that same vision, right? So getting excited and motivated about it. Now, it's great to have that, but then we get in this focus and people lose it. So what happens when we unify is it helps us strengthen that focus. It helps us have focus for longer, because what happens is most people, when they're trying to do something, trying to accomplish something, they'll get focused. So you think about it like this, right? You're along this path. You said, you know what? I want this. I'm going here, right? I'm going along this path. And you are strong. You're there. You're in the moment. You're feeling it. You're grooving. You're accomplishing. You're on top of the world, right? And then what happens? Something comes along and boom, you're over here. And you say, no problem, things happen, right? I'll get back to it. You come on, and here you are, you're grooving, you're doing your thing. And then something else comes along, and then here you are over here. You say, well, you know what? I did this before. I got back there. But guess what? It takes a little bit longer this time. And now you're on your way back. Something comes along and bumps you this way. And now your focus is on getting back to your focus. And this is what happens to people. See, you need to be so strong and fortified in your focus and in your vision, so solidified that nothing can come along. Nothing can come along. Things come along and they just bounce right off. You kind of turn back and laugh and say, ha, 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 right? So things come back and you're not moving because you've got that focus. And this is what happens, or can happen, when you have a very strong focus and you are, really dedicated and amped up about making this happen, and you have support around you. You have people with that same motivation, same ambition, same desire, working together, collaborating, creating that same vision, and you create this absolute unstoppable structure. And it's just powerful. And that's what I'm talking about creating here. So if you're not getting excited here, let me send over a stethoscope to you electronically, because you need to get excited about this. Otherwise, maybe you're not the right person. You probably are just watching this for kicks. I'm a funny guy, looking all stupid up here. That's fine. If you want to laugh at me, go for it, I guess. But otherwise, it's okay to be excited. It's okay to get excited. It's okay to jump up out of your seat and say, hurrah, right? Whatever, right? It's okay. A little bit more about me. As I said in the first video, I'm going to share things about me. I'm going to tell you my story. So I've been involved in the network marketing industry for about 15 years now. And I have been going strong in network marketing for about 10 years. And I had seen some good successes, and I saw a lot of failures. And I was excited about the network marketing industry. There's a lot that is great about the network marketing industry that people, Amway and that back in the day, people got these bad opinions about. And I understand that, bothering people. And guess what? When I first got started with network marketing, I bothered the piss out of my friends and family. I apologize to all of you out there if you're one of them. It was part of the process, and I learned from it. I made a lot of mistakes. I had some bad mentors as well as some good ones, and I had to figure it out for myself. But I got a lot of respect for the industry too, because it's all about the system. Like we talked about last time, right? We talked about McDonald's being a multi-billion-dollar corporation run by teenagers, because the teenagers run the system, and it's the system that runs the business. It's all about that. So network marketing allows you to eliminate all this overhead, eliminate all these expenses and focus and everything, and put it all in place. So I got a lot of respect for the industry. But I had been doing it for 10 years. And to be honest with you, I got tired of it. I got bored, believe it or not, with network marketing. And the last 5 years, I just decided that I was gonna, make this shift. See, I got tired of, all the Me Too's, the hype around it, right? All the gurus that are out there that make it seem like there's no way in hell you can do anything yourself, even though that's what they tell you, right? I got tired of all that. I got tired of all that hoopla. And I just said, I'm going to do something myself. And I learned how to create a brand. In the last 5 years, I've been building my own businesses and brands. And I've learned a lot. I made a lot of mistakes there too. But I've got my master's degree in internet marketing. I got certified with Google and Bing and Yahoo and all that stuff. And analytics and display marketing and display advertising and all those different things. And I learned how to do it. I learned how to build a brand and create it. And I got excited about it. I had a lot of fun with that. But lately, I've come to this realization, right? There's two things happening. One, I've come to this realization that I've been having to work harder than ever in my life before doing this. It's exciting creating something like that from scratch, but I've had to work so damn hard for it. And I don't want to work that hard. I really just don't want to work that hard. I want to create something that just goes out there and does it on autopilot. And it's difficult to do when you create it from scratch. Now, if you leverage other things that are out there, it makes it a lot easier. See, but I was determined, and again, I don't regret it because I learned so much, and I did have some fun with it too. But I learned so much about branding by actually creating the brand from scratch, completely from scratch, and not trying to leverage off other things. But there came a point where I said, you know what, I don't want to work that hard. I just, over the last couple months, have been reevaluating things, trying to find a way to do that and to, to work a little bit and get a lot, right? Just to do a little bit and get a lot in return. And I know that that can be done. So I said, what the hell am I doing? So this came at the same time where the industry is starting to shift. This whole industry is starting to shift. And I think what I call it is people are guru sick. People are sick of this guru syndrome that's going on, where it's all about who knows who, and if you're not one of the top gurus, you don't have a shot in hell because everybody's headed that way. And they've just got such massive resources, massive funding to just suck everybody in. And it works. And I'm not saying you can't make money, and you can, and I did, and others did too. But it's just this whole shift currently, recently, to everybody getting tired of that. And everybody's moving towards this business model that I'm just so excited about. It's almost like it's a hybrid. It's like network marketing, but it's almost not. It's hard to explain because you promote your own business, you do your own thing. So it's its own unique model. And people are just jumping aboard it like crazy. And I couldn't not notice it. Right? Again, for 5 years, I hadn't looked at anything else. I had no interest in any other business out there. I didn't even look at it. I ignored so many that came across my desk. And when this model came about, I said I can't turn it down. Because look what's happening. Everybody's getting on board. And, even these gurus, just the whole industry is moving in this direction. And there's something there. There's a reason for it. There must be something there. I said, it's got to be hype. It's got to be hype, but just like everything else, right? They've got some good promotion. They've got some good marketing. And just like everything else, it's got to be hype. Boy, could I not have been any more wrong. Realistically, I don't know what would have happened if I hadn't opened up the hood, the hood of the car and took a look under it. I'd be a fool because it's unbelievably true. It's unbelievably exciting. So it's real. So with that said, I don't want you to start thinking about, hey, you know what, this whole thing has been, some kind of scam to get me involved in some business. And that's not true. You know what? If that's what you want to think, then think it. I'm not going to stop you. And quite frankly, I don't care. I really don't. Because I know that my vision is set, and that my vision includes those that have that same big vision. And that's what this is all about. It's all about us coming together and finding a way. And even though what I'm going to share with you in a moment is just so big, I can't sleep because it's just so damn exciting. Even if that goes away, there's going to be another way. There's going to be another vehicle that allows us to accomplish what we need, right? So, it's tough to understand unless you think in terms of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And you say, well, I want to say Dale Earnhardt, right? But I'm going to say Dale Earnhardt, a story I'm going to share with you, right? So I want to say Dale Earnhardt, but obviously he's dead. A lot of respect to him. My father worshipped him. Just an amazing man. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. is alive, and I'm going to use him for the story out of respect for Dale Earnhardt. So think of it like this, right? So if I were to tell you that there's this huge prize, you're going to win $1 million if you race Dale Earnhardt Jr. around the racetrack and you win. Right? You race him around and you win. You say, that's great, but there's no shot in hell. But how do you know that? You don't know that. And here's why I say that. Why is it that you would think Dale Earnhardt Jr. would beat you? You say, well, clearly he's a better driver. And you're right. He's a better driver. I can almost guarantee you. Because he's one of the best in the world, right? There's no doubt about it. Unless you're competing at his level, you can't possibly say you're as good of a driver as him. You just have no right to claim that. So with that said, what if I were to even the odds for you? And I say, you know what? Forget about your mentality, right? What you think about, what you believe to be true is often skewed by your perception, right? What I didn't tell you, even though you had already decided you have no shot in hell of beating Dale Earnhardt Jr., is that Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to drive a Pinto. And I'm going to give you a souped-up race car. Now what do you think is going to happen? Right? You're going to ride around and you're probably going to push him off. You'll probably play with him, right? Beep, beep, right? Or run him over or something. He's got no shot in hell. So it's all about the vehicle that he's in. It's all about the vehicle that you're in. So you've got to have the right vehicle in order to make the difference. So it's not even just the vehicle, though. It's the team that's involved. It's the crew that is changing the tires, that is, even freaking, cleaning things up, like your mirror and stuff like that, right? Who's putting the gas in the tank? Who's rebuilding the engine or the different parts? Who's on the radio on the other end talking to you, working you through it? All these components, all these people that come together. It's much greater than you, and that's precisely what I'm talking about here. It's much greater than us. It's much greater than you and I and everybody else listening to this. It's all about that. And you have to have the right vehicle, though. Because even if you had that right team and you still had that Pinto, you don't have a shot in hell. So you've got to have the right community, the right team, the right people involved, and you've got to have the right vehicle. Okay, so I have found the right vehicle. And I'm going to share that with you in a moment, but this isn't about me just recruiting you into some business. This is about us working together, because even if that's not there today, I'm still interested in doing this because, like I said, this has come at the turning point in my life. This is a pivotal moment. This is the moment where all that time back ago, I guess it was about 12 years ago, 13 years ago, my very first mentor, very first real mentor, I had other people that told me what to do, but I didn't listen. I wasn't a student, right? Shared with me, and I shared this in the other video, right? But I'm reverting back to that. He shared with me that I'm going to reach a point where I'm going to be so close. I'm going to be so close that I can just feel it. I can taste it, right? And that's exactly what's happening now. I'm right there. I'm right there, and I want to bring people with me. I don't want to go over that finish line myself. It's going to be exciting, and some of you may want to just watch, and that's okay. Stand on the sidelines. I encourage you. I appreciate it. Thank you. But for those who want to be in the car, I want to take you with you because we're, again, that unity, that the force, the solidity that works with it. We can do this together, and my vision includes that. So I hope you will join. I hope you will join me. I hope we can join forces. We can make this happen. We can become something great, right? So again, if you got that mentality, that motivation, that willingness to work, and that coachability, like we talked about yesterday, then we can definitely do amazing things, right? So some of you have started to get excited, but then at the same time, there's this reservation inside you. There's this reservation inside you where you say, you know what? I don't have the money. That's great. I know there's going to be some money. I know you know what? Forget about that. I'm going to squash that right now because this is so minimal of an investment that a bum can find a way to afford this. A bum. And I'm not kidding. It's that minimal of a cost. So forget about that, right? You say, well, I don't have the time. That's exactly why you need this then, right? Don't you want a better quality of life? Don't you want the ability to do what you want when you want? Don't you deserve that? Don't you think that your family deserves that? That's exactly why you need to step up and step out and step into the next direction, right? Put yourself from here to there. Take away the excuses that have been stopping you and say, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to step forward and I'm going to find a way, right? I'm going to put myself in this same powerful, immense movement that is starting around me, that is so much bigger than me, I can't even begin to describe. I just want to be some small part of it and take other people with me. That's it. And you can be a part of that. So forget about you don't have the time, you don't have the money, right? Well, I'm not sure if this is right for me. Guess what? Neither am I. I don't know if it is either. It may not be. I don't know. We don't know until we look, right? We uncover it. And I'm going to share with you in just a moment what that is. But before I do, I want to share something with you, right? You ever hear of the definition of insanity? Do you know what the definition of insanity is? It says that you are wanting to do the same thing over and over and over again. And you're expecting to get a different result. Now, do you really want to keep doing the same thing over and over again in your life, whatever that may be, and really expect to get a different result? You're insane, right? That's the definition of insanity. So what I'm suggesting is for you to step out of your comfort zone. Now is my time, and I hope that it's your time, because you have to make a decision. And if you make the right decision to say, I'm going to change my life, now's my time, guess what? We're going to work together. Guess what? We're going to make this happen. Guess what? We're all going to come together, and we're going to create something truly, truly spectacular. You've got to decide that it's my time. You've got to decide that I want to work with winners. I want to work with people that are willing to get off their asses and do what they need to. This is work, folks. I'm just saying, let's work smartly. I don't want to work a lot. I just told you that. In fact, I don't want to do much at all. But I'm willing to do what it takes. There's the difference. I'm willing to sacrifice right now so that I don't have to later. And I want to find people just like that. And if that's you, please do come on board, and I hope you will. Okay? Please join me, and we're going to create something great. So, like I said, I have not looked at any other type of business model like this. And when I came across what I'm about to share with you, I was just dumbfounded. Because it's different. Because it's truly unparalleled. It's truly absolutely distinct. I mean, it is unrivaled out there anywhere in the universe. And what I'm talking about is the Empower Network. And I say that with absolute conviction. Absolute conviction. Because like I said, I'm at a turning point right now in my life that I know that I am getting so close to going over that line. All right, I'm getting so close But at the same time, the same mentor shared with me something that is so crucial. It's the second piece of that advice that I'm going to share with you now. It's so crucial. And that is that as you get so close to that point, it's like you're pushing a snowball up a mountain, right? When you start, you got this little ball that you're pushing up. And as you get bigger, as you get higher, it gets bigger and bigger until you get closer to the top, and it's starting to get pretty heavy, right? And then all of a sudden it's getting pretty big and you need a lot of force, and now all of a sudden you're struggling, you can't do this. And guess what? It gets so big that every ounce of energy to push it over. And I need your help with that. Because just like this mentor shared with me, it's that last little push that makes all the difference. It's that last little push that's the most difficult. And I'm right there right now, and I need something strong. I need something fierce. And that's precisely what Empower is. That's precisely why everybody in the industry is freaking going crazy, flocking to it. Because you can promote anything with it. It's not about Empower. It's about using this model. It's about using the resources, the people, the tools, the training, the everything. I mean, it's just unreal, right? So I'm not going to share what Empower is with you because I would be doing you an absolute disservice. I would be foolish if I did not let the owners themselves share this model with you. I would be doing them and I would be doing you a disrespect, because I'd be kidding myself if I thought with any little ounce of belief in me that I had any shot in hell of explaining it nearly as good and why it works and the reason it does as they would, and their personal story, because it's truly remarkable. It really, really is. So I'll provide you a link. I promise you it's worth your time. Go check it out. If it's for you, awesome. If not, then I appreciate you spending the time. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you cheering on and whatever you want to do. Again, I'm not just trying to recruit people here. I'm trying to create wealth. I'm trying to create change. I'm trying to just knock down walls. And I need people's help. They need my help. We all need each other. We all need the freaking, huge organization that Empower has become. And it's just getting started. So with that said, I really do hope you'll check it out and consider it. But before we go there, there's one last thing I want to share with you. And this is so crucial that whatever you're doing, stop and hear me. I'm going to pause for a minute because it's that important. Whatever you're doing, stop right now. Now, I want to ask you to do something. Okay, I want you to take every little piece of shit that's going on in your life. Okay, pardon my French, but like all those little pieces, all those little things, all those big things, all of it, all of that shit, and get it together into a ball. Right? Put it in a ball. Pack it in good. And I want you to go put it over here in the middle of the room. And I want you to go put it over here, and we're all going to look at it. Now, obviously, I'm kidding, right? But if we really did such a thing, what would happen? I would bet you that almost all of you, would go look at this, and you would be disgraceful, and you would actually be embarrassed that the fact that you thought you had shit going on in your life when you see the shit that's going on in everybody else's life. Everybody has shit. Everybody has so much shit going on in their lives. And the reality is there's always a reason not to. There's always a reason not to. And it's so much easier not to. So if you are genuinely looking for the change that you deserve, then you need to figure out a way to break through the shit that's going on in your life. Because we've all got it. We all have our own situations that are going on. We all have our own challenges going on. You have to reach inside. But guess what? You're not alone. We're going to help you do it. We're all there for each other. That's what it's all about. You don't have to be alone, and that was my biggest mistake. And that's why this is different, and that's why I'm excited about it. So, my friends, please do watch this video. Link's going to appear on the screen here. If you're at my blog, you'll see a link as well. Check it out. Let me know what you think, and I really, really hope to see you traveling the world, going to Costa Rica, Japan, Australia, Canada, Brazil, China, UK, France, wherever we want, because guess what? We can. And I hope that we can go party together. And in fact, there's a huge event coming in Austin in another month here, and I hope that you can make it and come party with me here. I really do. So with that said, I really do genuinely hope to see you on the other side.